and gentlemen, y'all been asking me to say something about what happened down there in Montgomery, Alabama. So here I go. Ladies and gentlemen, anybody want to tell me just what in the fist and feet fine foolery is going on down there in Montgomery, Alabama? Yes, Lord. I can tell you what happened. I know exactly what it was because I saw it from the beginning. Okay, I've seen the videos. People been sending. It's just not just a fight. It was something that happened in the beginning. Okay, what happened was entitlement. That's what we got. We got entitlement. All right, and why do I say that? There was a group of people who felt like they were above the rules, that they were above the standard, and they did not have to abide by the rules that, was set in place at this, boating place, whatever, okay? So they parked their boat in a section of the docks where they were told not to park the boat. Don't leave the boat here. Don't do that. But because they're entitled and they don't feel like the rules apply to them, they said, hey, we're going to park this boat where we want to. Even though you told us not to, we going to do what we want to do because we are us. And you ain't us, so you don't get to tell us what to do. You understand? But the security guard, the man who actually worked at the place, who is in charge of making sure people obey the rules of the establishment, came and said, hey, I already told y'all not to put the boat here. You put the boat here, so I'm going to go ahead and take it upon myself to push your boat because your boat's on the water. Let me push your boat out the way. Now, granted, I'm sure they got reasons and rules of why they put this in place to say don't put your boat here. Because, hey, somebody could get hurt, whatever. I don't know. They have their own. Nonetheless, just respect the rules. Appreciate what it is the people trying to tell you. They felt some kind of way. There was a verbal altercation with the security guard, the person who is employed by the establishment. There was the verbal exchange back and forth. Hey, you don't tell us what to do. We do what we want to do, and you do what you can, but you don't tell us what to do. And of course, there was some pushback by the security guard. He said, hey, listen, all right, these ain't my rules. These are the rules of the establishment, and I'm just telling you, this is what you can't put the boat here, okay? So somebody of a certain group, of the opposing group, the group of people that didn't want to abide by the rules, took it upon himself to put his hands on the security guard. And this is where it got interesting. The security man threw up a signal. At the time, we didn't know it was a signal. I never knew that this was a signal. This man took his hat off after being struck, after being assaulted. He took his hat off, threw it up in the air. Who knew that this was the black bat signal? Nobody knew this. Nobody. I did not. This is something new to all of us. Who knew that a hat going up in the air was the new hootie-hoo? We didn't know that. We had no idea. That man threw that hat up in the air. Next thing you know, people were coming from land and sea. And when I say people, I'm talking about people from his community, my community, our community, in good old Montgomery, Alabama. And the special thing about it is Montgomery, Alabama is a place where a lot of justice has not been served. You know what I mean? Because it has a particular history. I've been to Montgomery, Alabama. I've been to Selma, Alabama. You understand what I'm saying? I've been to Birmingham, Alabama. You know what I mean? So there's it has a stigma. It has a history. All right? But in this particular case, justice was well served and it was ice damn cold. I ain't never seen nobody, the tide turned. It's funny they was on the water because the tide surely shifted to the favor of the man who worked for the establishment. No questions asked. You understand what I'm saying? Next thing you know, all type of his folk started coming down. They was running down, helping him out, because next thing you know, they tried to jump the security guard. Them people came out and said, oh, no, the hell you ain't. Oh, no, the hell you ain't. And ain't nothing better than the community sticking together. That's right. So much so that a brother hopped in the water and swam Jesus. Swam in the water. You know black folk can't swim. Swam in the water to help this man. Saying, no, we all got to abide by the rules, and damn it, you gonna abide by these rules too. Come hell or high water. Man, it was all types of melee going on, ups and downs. People's getting tossed in the water. Next thing you know, somebody got a chair from somewhere. I'm talking about, it sounds like I'm talking about WrestleMania, but I'm not. Somebody got a chair. A chair. And we, in our community, in the black community, we like to say, when people say or do something stupid, we say, have several seats. Have several seats. You understand? I don't know if that man was saying have a seat, but he gave people a seat. People was getting their ass sat down. They wasn't sitting in the seat, but they was sitting down after they got the seat. I'm trying to tell you, it's going to be people putting plastic out of their damn hair for months on end. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. The bottom line is follow the rules. You understand? And I have to give a shout out to a gentleman who released a song not too long ago called Jason Aldean, country singer. And everybody was all up in arms because he said, hey, we stick together down here in small towns. Don't try it in a small town. And there was a line about him saying, you know, somebody disrespecting a police officer. Now I know this man who worked at this boating place wasn't a police officer. He was a security guard, but he was a man of an authority of that particular establishment. And these other people decided that they wanted to disrespect this man. He had authority in keeping all of the rules and regulations in place, and people should abide by them. Man, they decided to disrespect this man, and they got exactly what Jason Aldean was talking about. They tried it in a small town, and like he said, Jason Aldean said in the song, we stick together. And that's what happened. They were sticking together. They were sticking together. It's not about black or white. It ain't about boats and yachts. It's all about wrong and right. And rights and lefts. And uppercuts and hooks. And a chair. Chair is still a chair, even though no one is sitting there. And if you ain't careful, you will find a chair in your hair. That's all it's about. Y'all be good. Be blessed.